Your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists in minutes. The story begins with a boy named Lin, who always dreams of growing up to become a superhero and very strong. We learn that Lin is 6 years old, born in America, but originally from China. His parents are exhausted from him because he causes them a lot of trouble, or because there are no villains for him to fight. He would always hit teachers and students at school to prove he is a superhero. Due to his violent behavior, he was expelled from many schools. Later, we see the school principal talking to his parents, complaining about Lin's behavior, saying he even hit him and broke his teeth. The principal requests that they transfer their son to another school because the teachers don't know how to handle him. Lin's parents start thinking about where to transfer him, since no school would accept him. At this point, they decide to travel to China to stay with Lin's uncle, Yuan. We learn that Yuan was a music teacher in China, and Lin's father decides to enroll him in the school where Yuan used to teach so he can keep an eye on him. After a short while, Lin arrives in China. Uncle Yuan was supposed to pick him up from the airport but got delayed. On his way to the airport, Yuan sees his old schoolmate, whom he used to love, named Anne. She was waiting for a taxi to go to school, but Yuan offers her a ride. Unfortunately, his car breaks down, and since she was late, she leaves and takes a taxi. Meanwhile, Lin exits the airport and convinces a taxi driver to take him to his uncle's house. At the airport, we meet a girl named Li, who is part of a gang. She is carrying a bag and talking to someone on the phone. Suddenly, someone grabs the bag and runs off, while another person distracts her so she can't chase the thief. The thief escapes with the bag, hitting Lin before getting into a car. Lin recognizes the thief and decides to chase him to prove to everyone he is a superhero. The thief runs through various places, and Lin follows until he catches him. We learn that Lin is very skilled in kung fu and has won many awards. After defeating the thief, Lin opens the bag and finds a small rabbit inside. He takes the rabbit and leaves, but forgets his phone with the thief. Lin borrows the taxi driver's phone to call the police and hand over the rabbit. However, the police think he's just a kid showing off and don't take him seriously. They tell him to keep the rabbit at home. Later, Yuan goes to the police to report that his nephew is missing, and they promise to find him as quickly as possible. Lin takes the taxi to his uncle's house. When Yuan returns home, he hears noises inside and thinks there's a thief. He climbs in through the window quietly, but before confronting the intruder, he accidentally punches Lin in the face, breaking his nose. Yuan scolds Lin for coming home without calling him, but Lin explains he lost his phone. He doesn't tell his uncle about the fight with the thief or the bag and rabbit. Meanwhile, Li and her friend Chunk are apologizing to their gang leader for losing the bag. The leader threatens them, saying if they don't retrieve it, he'll kill them both. The next day, Yuan takes Lin to school, where they meet the teacher, Anne. A little girl named Xena approaches Lin, and they start talking. When Yuan calls Lin, Xena leaves. In class, Lin introduces himself to the students, claiming he's a superhero. After his speech, he sits next to Xena. The teacher leaves the room, and a group of students tries to fight Lin. Hearing the commotion, the teacher returns to find the classroom in chaos, with Lin's chair broken. Later, a group of students demands Lin bow to their leader, Pink. Lin refuses and challenges him to a kung fu match in front of everyone. They agree, and the match takes place in the school's kung fu club. During the match, everyone showcases their skills, impressing the other boys. Lin eventually defeats Pink with a powerful move. 4 older fighters then challenge Lin, but he defeats them all. After the fight, they agree to make Lin their leader if he can defeat their kung fu teacher, Master Mon. Elsewhere, Li and Chunk catch the thief who stole the bag. The thief explains that a kid chased him and took the bag, leaving his phone behind. The gang sees Lin's picture on the phone and starts searching for him. At the school, Master Mon is training students and notices Anne and Yuan walking together. Master Mon has a crush on Anne and becomes jealous of Yuan. He challenges Yuan to train with him, but ends up repeatedly hitting him in the stomach. Lin sees this from the school rooftop and decides to stand up for his uncle. Later, Yuan and Anne go to a restaurant, where Lin tells Anne that Yuan loves her. and she should love him back. Yuan tries to silence Lin, but Lin brings their hands together. Suddenly, Master Mon enters, furious at seeing them together. He accuses Yuan of inappropriate behavior and embarrasses him. Lin challenges Master Mon to a fight. At first, Master Mon thinks Lin is joking, but Lin insists. To prove his strength, Master Mon ties his hands and accepts the challenge. During the fight, Lin gives it his all and manages to defeat Master Mon. Master Mon claims he lost because his hands were tied and challenges Lin to a rematch. Lin accepts. He played with him again, but this time with his hands open, for the second time, until he defeated Mr. Man. All the children clapped for him. Zaina admired him a lot. Meanwhile, the teacher tried to hit Lin from behind without him noticing, but Lin noticed him, ran quickly, and hit him in the face. Here, Mr. Man complained to Yuan and the school principal. After all these events, Zaina met Lin in the school garden and gave him a bandage to put on the wound on his hand. At that moment, a rabbit appeared to her. She asked Lin to take it home and return it to her after 2 days, and he agreed. Later, a group of children approached Lin and asked him to be their leader and teach them Kung Fu, which he agreed to. He named the group the Kung Fu Boys. Meanwhile, Liu Chang and his group broke into Yuan's apartment, searching for a bag. They were told the bag contained an animal, but were not informed of its type. They found the bag and placed a turtle inside it, giving it to the gang leader. When the leader opened the bag and saw the turtle, he became furious, saying the bag was supposed to contain a rabbit. He yelled at 2 of his guards, attacked them, and beat them severely. After a violent fight, Chang fell to the ground, and the gang leader threatened him, saying he would keep Lyra until Chang brought the rabbit back, or he would kill her. Later, Yuan and Lin were sitting at a restaurant talking. Yuan expressed his deep sadness because Man had insulted and embarrassed Anna in front of everyone. The next day, Lin sent a challenge letter to Mr. Man, stating there would be a fight between him and Yuan in 3 days. The winner would get to marry Anna. Man accepted the challenge. On the fight day, Mr. Man was surprised to see Lin, the child, as his opponent. It turned out Lin had written the letter himself. Lin challenged Man, stating that if he lost, he would stay away from Anna forever. Man refused the challenge, but as he tried to leave, Lin attacked and broke his arm. At that moment, Anna intervened, took the letter, read it, and got very upset. She thought Yuan had written it, accusing him of making her a game between him and Man. She became angry and left. Yuan felt terrible about what happened. He called out for Lin, but Lin left. Yuan searched for Lin, but couldn't find him. After a short period, Aunt calls Yuan and says he came to my house, and he is next to me. Now we see Janko looking for the rabbit everywhere, but he is very afraid for Lyra, because if the rabbit does not return, the gang will kill her. Meanwhile, Chang was searching Yuan's apartment for the rabbit, but couldn't find it. Chang was very worried because if he didn't return the rabbit, the gang would kill Lyra. The next day, Zaina, Lin, and Anna visited Mr. Man to check on him. While wandering around, they saw a newspaper with a picture of the rabbit. It turned out the rabbit was a rare species, considered a medical miracle, and used in the production of life-saving medicines. The newspaper reported that the rabbit had been stolen by a gang, and the police were searching for it. The children told Anna they had the rabbit and decided to return it to the police. On their way, they encountered Chang, who begged them to give him the rabbit to save Lyra's life. At that moment, the gang appeared, kidnapped Zaina, Anna, and Chang, and left Lin alone. They told Lin that if he wanted his friends alive, he had to hand over the rabbit and not inform the police, or they would kill them. Lin became furious, fought the gang members, and defeated them. However, the rest of the gang escaped with Anna and Zaina. When Yuan and Lin heard about it, they went to a rabbit shop, bought a rabbit, and placed it in a bag as a decoy. They then went to the gang's location. Upon arrival, the gang leader demanded the rabbit. Lin insisted they release his friends first, which the leader agreed to. After freeing them, the leader opened the bag, realized it was an ordinary rabbit, and became enraged. He ordered his men to capture them again. A fierce battle ensued. Lin, with his extraordinary strength, defeated. The gang captured Anna, who urged Lin and Xena to escape. They managed to flee, but the gang informed Yuan they had captured Anna. Yuan asked the children to leave the area and then went to fight the gang to rescue Anna. However, he failed and was captured. Lin told Xena to inform the police while he went back to rescue Anna and Yuan. Lin returned to find Anna and Yuan tied with a rope. Before Yuan could die, he confessed his love for Anna, and she reciprocated. Lin was surrounded by gang members demanding the original rabbit, but he refused. Another fight broke out, with Lin defeating them all. The gang leader threatened to cut the rope holding Anna and Yuan. Before he could do so, explosions occurred, and the Kung Fu boys, led by Mr. Man, arrived to rescue them. A massive battle ensued. Initially, the gang overpowered the Kung Fu boys. However, the boys regained their strength and fought back fiercely. Mr. Man, despite his broken arm, managed to defeat two of the gang leader's strongest guards. The children continued fighting the gang leader. Suddenly, the leader cut the rope, causing Anna and Yuan to fall. The children attacked the leader with all their might, ultimately defeating him. The police arrived, rescued everyone, and arrested the gang. The rare rabbit was recovered. Anna and Yuan were found alive on some pipes. After all these events, a celebration was held at the school. Yuan sang a romantic song for Anna, while the Kung Fu boys gave an impressive performance. And this scene is where they defeat the entire gang, and here is where the movie ends. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get more new videos. See you next time.